Okay, everybody, welcome back. We're going to be talking about features. And features allow you to do some really cool things, such as giving your users a choice of what to install versus what not to install during a custom installation. Or you could define a minimum installation that only installs certain sets of features. Features are logical, basically, for lack of a better term, they're like a box of files. Box 1 has your main application files, Box 2 has your samples. Inside Box 2 has, say, if you're doing an Office suite, has word processing samples, and then there's another box inside there that's got spreadsheet samples and database samples. To show you kind of how this works, we're going to jump back out to my compiled installer, and this is what the custom installation dialog looks like for the user to be able to choose what they want. And as we can see, this is kind of broken, but because you can put these in any order you want, and I totally messed this up. Let's say I wanted to install all the soundtracks, and you see they all lit up. And that's something you can set inside the properties of one of these. And you notice that as I mouse over these have a description that lights up over here. Or most of them do. They're supposed to. And if I didn't do that, that's on me. Let's say I wanted to just install iSoundtrack and iSoundtrack 2. That's it. But I didn't want any of Miranda Cosgrove's other musical works, and I didn't want any of Jeanette McCurdy's music. But I just wanted those two, and then I only wanted Season 6. You notice that as I check or uncheck these boxes, the space requirement counts and things of that nature update. If I check up here, all of them will check or uncheck. And you'll notice that if I check one that's underneath another, the parent automatically checks. And that is an overview of features and how they can be used. And that's showing you how those work. And I've customized these labels, this full install, music only, and custom. I customized what these say and how they work. So let's get out of here because I think we're done demonstrating. So let's go back to our IDE and let's talk about these. So by default, there's going to be one that you can't remove called always install. Regardless of any other condition, files and shortcuts and things of that nature will, as the name implies, always install. So let's jump up here where it says features and let's add some of these. Okay, now let's break this dialog down. You have a feature key name, which is what displays inside your IDE while you're developing. I'm going to go ahead and call this Seasons. Then you have a display name, which is what displays to the user as they're running through your installation. We're going to call this iCarly Seasons. Give it a description. These are all 6 seasons of iCarly. And if you didn't want to hard code these in like I'm doing, I'm choosing to hard code these in, you could go out to this little button here and you can select from predefined text and you can edit these to your heart's content if you so wanted to, instead of having to type it and potentially make typos, which more than likely I've done. Yes, that's right. Is it required? No. Is it visible? Yes, and there's no way to shut it. All right, let's see. Will we install it by default? Yes. And check child nodes when the parent is checked. So if somebody clicks on iCarly Seasons when they install, all the others will check themselves. So we're going to OK that. And then we are going to leave that selected. Go add. We're going to say S01 for our feature key name, season 1, install the first season, 25 episodes. Okay, and then we're just going to leave this alone. And it's always good to fill out your comments. I don't, because I'm the only one that works on this project. Boom, there it is. And if you want to modify one of these, like let's say I made a typo, you can, oh no, you can't double click. You can right click on it, go down here to details, or you can double click on the attributes and do it that way. Or you can go to where it says details, and then you can move these things up or down or any which way, either through drag and drop or through clicking the buttons down here. Now I'm going to add another one of these. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video, add the rest of these, since you've seen me do a couple of these, and then we're going to add the music, the ones for the soundtracks and stuff. We'll add those in. I'll do that off camera so you guys don't have to watch me do it. And then I will see you in the next one. I'll come back once I've put them all in so you can see the completed thing here. And then I will see you in the next one when we talk about setup types. So I shall be right back. Okay, I am back here. It took me a second to get my act together to get all these in here, but as you can see, we've got all 6 seasons. We've got our soundtracks with iSoundtrack, iSoundtrack 2, Miranda Cosgrove music with Sparks Fly, High Maintenance and About You Now, and Jeanette McCurdy music. So we're good to go. Our features are set. And just a heads up, the order in which they appear here is the order they will appear to the user when they run your install. So join me in the next video when we look at setup types and customizing them so that way we can make things a little more tailored. Okay, here we go. Maybe.